It was supposed to be a celebration, a toast to success. But when Kouri Richins took that final sip of his Moscow Mule, he wasn't just drinking a cocktail. He was unknowingly sealing his fate in what would become one of the most chilling true crime cases of our time. Kouri and Kouri Richins seemed to have it all. A picturesque life in the serene mountain town of Commerce, Utah, 3 beautiful children, prosperous careers. From the outside, they were the perfect couple, embodying the American dream. But behind closed doors, a dark and twisted story was unfolding, one that would end in tragedy and leave a community in shock. Kouri Richins, a successful real estate agent, had built a reputation as a driven professional and a devoted mother. But beneath that polished exterior was a woman facing a financial storm, one that threatened to unravel everything she had worked for. So, she came up with a plan as sinister as it was cold-blooded. On the night of March 3, 2022, Kouri proposed a toast. Kouri had just closed a significant business deal, and she wanted to celebrate. A Moscow Mule, his favorite cocktail, was the drink of choice. As she handed him the glass, Kouri watched as Kouri took that first sip, her smile masking the deadly secret that only she knew. What Kouri didn't realize was that his loving wife had laced the drink with a lethal dose of fentanyl 5 times the amount necessary to kill him. But this wasn't the first time Kouri had tried to poison her husband. Just weeks earlier, on Valentine's Day, she had mixed something into his drink that made him violently ill. Kouri had confided in a close friend afterward, saying he suspected Kouri was trying to kill him. Yet, in the name of love, he had dismissed the thought, chalking it up to paranoia or a bad reaction to food. Little did he know that his suspicions were not only valid, but just the beginning of a deadly plot. So, on that March night, after handing Kouri the fatal cocktail, Kouri tucked her children into bed and retreated to another room, claiming she needed to be with one of the kids. She returned to their bedroom hours later, around 3 a.m., only to find Kouri cold and unresponsive. Frantically, she dialed 911, her voice filled with what appeared to be genuine panic. The paramedics arrived swiftly, but it was too late. Kouri Richins was declared dead at the scene. The initial cause of death was suspected to be a heart attack, and for a moment, it seemed that Kouri might get away with murder. But then, the autopsy report came back, and everything changed. The toxicology results showed an extraordinarily high level of fentanyl in Kouri's system, enough to stop his heart in its tracks. This was no accident. The authorities knew it, and soon, they began to unravel the web of deceit that Kouri had spun. But why would a wife, a mother, a successful woman, resort to such a heinous act? The answer lay in the one thing that has motivated countless crimes throughout history: money. Kouri was drowning in debt, and Kouri was worth far more to her dead than alive. She had taken out multiple life insurance policies on him, totaling nearly $2 million. She was also in the midst of a heated battle over a $2 million mansion she desperately wanted to purchase, a decision Kouri had vehemently opposed. For Kouri, killing her husband was the key to solving all her problems. But Kouri's greed didn't stop at life insurance policies and real estate deals. After Kouri's death, she sought to paint herself as a grieving widow. She even wrote a children's book about grief, titled Are You With Me? A twisted attempt to profit from the very tragedy she had orchestrated. The book was meant to be a guide for children dealing with the loss of a parent, a chilling irony given that Kouri was the reason her own children were now fatherless. So, as investigators dug deeper, they uncovered damning evidence that pointed directly at Kouri. She had been in contact with a drug dealer, purchasing fentanyl under the guise of needing the Michael Jackson stuff, a reference to the drug that had famously claimed the pop star's life. Her digital footprint left a trail of premeditation, from the fentanyl purchases to the meticulous planning of Kouri's final moments. In May 2023, more than a year after Kouri's death, Kouri was arrested and charged with first-degree aggravated murder and 3 counts of possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. The charges sent shockwaves through the tight-knit community of Commerce, and the nation watched in horror as the case unfolded. But Kouri didn't flinch. She pleaded not guilty, maintaining her innocence even as the mountain of evidence against her grew. Her trial is set to be a spectacle, one where the dark underbelly of a seemingly perfect life will be laid bare for all to see. So, the question remains, what drives someone to commit such a calculated and heartless crime? Was it desperation, greed, a desire for control? Whatever the reason, Kouri Richins' story serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous threats come not from strangers, but from the people we trust the most, the people we love. As the trial approaches, the world waits to see if justice will be served. But one thing is certain, Kouri Richins' death was not an accident. It was the result of a cold and calculated plan, executed by the person he should have been able to trust more than anyone. And in the end, it was that trust that cost him his life. This is the story of Kouri Richins, a woman who turned a celebration into a death sentence and a marriage into a murder plot. The toast that night was supposed to be for success, but instead, it was a toast to die for. Remember, be captivated, terrified and intrigued. Stay curious, stay brave, stay haunted. Thanks for watching. I'm Ethan Blackwood signing off from Murder Media. Please check out our other true crime videos available now.